school?
All right, my name is Cheryl Kelly, and I'm with the Georgia Institute of Technology, and I am the Administrative Supervisor within Facilities Operation and Maintenance Department.
And I'm Mark Demianic, and with Georgia Tech as well, and I'm the Assistant Vice President for Operations and Maintenance in our Facilities Management Division.
And I'm Juan Hunt. I'm Georgia Tech as well. I'm the Project Coordinator with the Operation and Maintenance team. Well, one of our main goals was to increase the skill levels as far as technology with our core workforce. Also trying to standardize some of the practices on some of the day-to-day work management as well.
And I would add that a big part of it was trying to be much more efficient in how we operate our preventive maintenance program, get rid of paper to the maximum extent possible, automate our systems, as Juan said, better standardization in our processes, and bring our employees along into the 21st century technology and show them that we were interested in investing in their development and hopefully merge both of those goals, being more efficient and developing our staff as well.
Well, what we did is we actually did a pilot program. So we rolled out the FiRE O&M to 6 of our HVAC techs in one area. We're broken up into 5 areas within Georgia Tech of building maintenance. So one of the areas we rolled out the 6 iPads in the program and trained the techs on just using the work order system and the time clock feature.
I think the real key to success with that was that Cheryl and Juan were the trainers, that they were the ones that took that material to each of our areas and sat down with each of them, and they did group training sessions, but also one-on-one type counseling and training and how we're going to deploy this program. And they're the ones that have been using it in the field. So it was kind of peer-to-peer information sharing, and I think it really facilitated it rather than having a third party come in or a supervisor or somebody else from a different level coming in and trying to kind of force feed it to the group. It was more of a grassroots, bottom up kind of what's the information that we're after here. So I think that was a real key to success.
When we were those employees that were resistant to technology, that even at the time still had flip phones. So there were certain individuals that we were able to train and to get them excited and to ask them, do you want to go back to receiving a piece of paper? And when the answer was emphatically no, then that's when we like, wow, we've made a difference. Yeah, we were successful.
I would add to that as well.
Sure.
There were several aha moments for me when techs were coming back with enhancements that I wasn't aware of. They were finding things and faults in the system that they saw were areas for improvements that I hadn't noticed myself. So the aspect of techs actually using the FiRE O&M platform and discovering those enhancements, that was kind of a wow factor to me.
And there was another time where an employee came up to me and he said to me, Cheryl, I'm on FiRE. And I just looked at him like, what? And he held up his iPad and showed the app. And I was like, oh, yes, now I get it. I said, that's good. I'm glad. So, yeah, those things where they were excited to show us that, hey, I'm using this and, look at me. So, yeah. One of the main pros was paper reduction. So Georgia Tech is big on sustainability practices and efforts. So that was definitely one of the big ones. Another pro was that we're able to elevate the skill level of our workforce, increasing their knowledge and ability to use technology. Some of the other pros.
Well, I think you hit on the main ones. I think the staff development, the feeling, the sense among the staff that we're investing in them, that we care about their professional development. One of the concerns I think that some in the executive leadership expressed early on was, we're going to train these people and roll this technology out, and then they're going to leave and go work for private contractors that are doing this kind of thing and sell those skills. And our take on that was, that's fine if they end up doing that, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that. We want to raise the bar for our existing staff and show them that we're investing in them and that we're interested in developing better work processes to help them work more efficiently and feel better about what they do at the end of the day. I think as far as the cons, the only thing, early on we had a little bit of the issue of some of the staff thinking that it was a little bit of a Big Brother program where we were going to track their activities and somehow monitor and then use it against them, that they weren't somehow being as efficient as they should have been with the work PM schedules and things like that. And so we had to allay those fears early on and let them know that's not the purpose of this. It's all about raising the bar for our program.
Well, our strategy was something that we coined internally, where we just devised a simple phrase as far as promote, market, and manage. And we kind of broke that up into identifying which team members we wanted to fall in those categories. Like promote was basically making sure we identify with the workforce as far as showing them, hey, you're getting iPads, you're becoming a part of the leadership at Georgia Tech. And we wanted to focus more so on them and bringing them up to certain skill levels. The market part was towards our customer base. We wanted to make sure our customers knew why our techs were carrying tablets, how it's going to make the workflow and the communication a little bit more efficient. And the managing part of it was our core management, where we devised certain meetings throughout the whole process, so where everyone could come together collectively and share ideas on how to improve our TIMS program.
I think a big part of that was too the developing, kind of coining the phrase TIMS as kind of a branding strategy. TIMS, Technology Enhanced Maintenance System. We felt like we needed to have kind of a brand that we could post signs on the bulletin board in each of the areas and things like that, and just get people thinking about it in terms of this is our program that we're growing, and get everybody to buy into that and accept ownership of that. So I think that was a big part of it.
Well, what we were able to do is, once we became successful within the building maintenance department, we were able to take some of those core features of FiRE and O&M and see how we could apply them to other departments. So utilizing the app within the recycling department, within building services, within the warehouse. So we were able to see how we were able to be able to tie it all together within all the other departments. It's paper free, which is exciting. Our workforce, their skill level has risen. I even think their interest in doing their jobs differently has definitely changed.
Yeah, people more, I think, tuned into what it actually takes time-wise to do certain tasks, and they're sharing information more among each other. Which I think that's something from my level that I'm observing, is there's more interaction between areas that were maybe a little more siloed in the past. That this program, I think, has brought some of those areas together. There's more communication. They realize these are not only work order management tools, but they're communication devices as well. And so people that might have been a little less inclined to use that type of technology are now finding it very beneficial. So that's been exciting. And
we also work more efficient. So that's one of the most important things. And the time in the field, opposed to the time traveling back and forth to get paperwork orders to fill out timesheets, so they're able to stay out in the field and work more efficient.
Great.
So the TIMS program has allowed us to put some standardizations into place to where, like Cheryl just said, we are becoming more efficient, and because of that, we're getting more reliable data that we can actually depend on and make some better business decisions for future business within O&M.
It's made it much easier to come up with standardized metrics that I know from my level helps me to carry better information forward to executive leadership and tell our story about how we are being more efficient. and how we're taking better care of our assets. Yeah, I think we've approached it as a partnership in the way, figuring out how to best integrate it with our processes and procedures at Georgia Tech. We are an AIM institution, and that's how we've always handled our work orders. So, but the lessons learned that our folks in the field are coming up with, and Juan is our conduit to be able to carry that back to our IT team that works with AssetWorks and gets those improvement suggestions pushed forward. And so we're really optimistic about the partnership and some of the new opportunities going forward with that.